Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to use this Java SDK to be able to work with Pylab APIs. Before using this SDK, you need to make sure that you are using JDK version greater than equal to 70. Other than that, you need to make sure that you have included all the dependencies mentioned in Java SDK's pop.xml file in your current project's XML file. So this SDK basically supports four features: create order, fetch order, EMI calculation, and hash verification of order. So I have created a Spring Boot project to give you an idea of how to pass data to be able to deal with this SDK's features. So firstly, I'll show you how to include all the files of SDK in your current project. So this is the Java SDK project, and in that you have to reach into its main directory and you need to include all these four files in your current project's path. So basically this is my Spring Boot and project, and I have included all these files into this directory, and I have imported that directory in my main controller class in which I am handling all the four features. So I have included these files, and after that I am performing all the actions, and I have included all the dependencies that are mentioned in this Java SDK's pom.xml file, like over here. um, in this pom.xml file, all these dependencies are required to be able to work with this Java SDK, and you need to include in your current project's XML file as well if you are using Spring Boot. So after that, after you have done all this, you can work with Java's SDK. So firstly, I'll show you how to hit create order API. So for that reference, I have created a HTML form, and in this form, these are the fields that will be passed for creating order. So this is the merchant ID, access code, secret key, PG mode, transaction ID, amount, callback URL, product code, amount, payment mode, which will be like all the payment modes available, and then customer details, billing address, shipping address, and additional fields. These are the fields which are not necessary, but if you are having them, then you need to pass into this API. So clicking on this function, it will be calling the create order of SDK's file. So basically, you need to pass data according to the required format that I will show you. Firstly, you need to instantiate API class, and you need to pass in its constructor merchant ID, which will be in integer and format, and this access code, which will be of string type, and secret key, which will be of string type, and PG mode, which will be of type boolean. So you need to pass true for the testing purpose and false for production purpose. So after instantiating this API class, you need to call its payment function, and in this payment function, you will get an instance of payment class, which when you will capture in another instance of payment class, you can then call the create method to create order. So basically, in that create function, you need to pass transaction ID, amount, which will be of type long, and then callback URL, customer data, which will be of type map, and UDF data, which will also be of type map, and payment modes, which will be of type list of strings. So it will be having the payment modes which will be supported by the user. So like one for credit card and so on. So like that, you need to pass list of strings into this. So after creating order, you will get a response if all the details was verified and hash verification was successful. So you will get a redirect URL, and on that redirect URL, you need to handle that response. If you get the redirect URL, then you need to redirect user to that URL on which Finelab's payment page will open. Like I'll show you in this when I enter any transaction ID. So basically, it will open up this Pine Labs page, which was created using redirect URL, which you will get in response if your details were successfully matched. Else, you won't get this response, and you will get an response code of -1, and you need to verify that you are passing the correct data. So after handling that response, you need to after this you need to create the payment, and after final payment, you need the callback URL that you provided in this the final flow will be redirected to this callback URL, and you need to handle that in your. You need to basically create a function to handle this callback URL to be able to provide the customer final result of the payment. So after this, we come on to basically fetch order. So in this fetch order, we need to pass merchant ID same as well, and access code, mode, PG mode, secret key, and transaction ID of which we have created order to be able to successfully fetch of what happened to that data, or to basically to that transaction ID. So you need to similarly parse that merchant ID into integer type, and then access code of type string, secret of type string, and mode of type boolean. Then you need to instantiate again this API class, and you need to call that payment function, and using this object reference variable, you need to call fetch function. Earlier we called create function, and now you have to call fetch function, and you need to pass transaction ID and transaction type, which will be 3. Like after that, you need to basically you will get a response, and in this response you will get the JSON data of the order, of what happened to that order, whether it was successful or not. So now let's come on to EMI calculator. So basically in this EMI calculator, you need to pass merchant ID, access code, mode, secret key, product code, and product amount. So here similarly you need to instantiate API class, and now you have to use EMI class and use this object of API class to call EMI function, and then assign it to EMI's object. But here you need to make sure that in this you are passing the product details in EMI's constructor along with amount. So here you need to pass product details, and product details will be of type of list of map. So basically I have used array list of type tree, which will be having a list of tree maps. So basically you need to pass, if there are multiple products, you need to map those products, like product code key with product code, and product underscore amount with key amount, value amount. So like this, if there are multiple products, you need to create new maps, and you need to add them into this product details list. So then you need to pass into this, and you will get an EMI response of what was the like EMI, everything about the EMI, like how much EMI can he get or whatever. So you will get all the response of EMI through this EMI calculation function. So next we come on to this hash verification. So now if you want to verify hash of the order, so you need to pass all the details of the order that you get when you created the order. So these are the details that you have passed, like like merchant ID, access code, and these are the details that you will get on creating order. So find PT transaction ID, transaction completion time, and unique merchant transaction ID that you will pass, amount that you will pass, transaction code, transaction response message, find PT transaction ID. These are the details that you will get on create order, and now you have to pass into this like this in tree map only. And after passing this, now you can verify that the data you have passed and the hash that you are containing are equal or not. So you need to pass basically that into this. You need to instantiate like API class, and you need to call basically over here. I have called this API.payment function, and I have referenced it to payment object, and after that I'm calling its verify hash function. Earlier we called fetch order, create order. Now you have to call verify hash, and in that you need to pass the hash that you want to basically verify, and the map of the data that you have basically that you want to verify. So after passing this, you will get a boolean response, and you can print that. So these were all the features that will be basically supported by this SDK. Thank you.